Welcome to day number 49 of this marketing adventure. As we creep towards the big 5-0 tomorrow, I just wanted to take a moment today to talk through some of the feedback that I've been able to get from the first few days of implementing this new marketing plan that I started on the 1st of May. For those listening in for the first time, this month, my goal was to not only show up and create a podcast episode every single day, but to start to build a habit of showing up and posting content online every day, posting to social media every day, as well as to create and start at least 10 conversations every single day. If you're looking for that extra boost to start hitting your goals more consistently, my 5-minute daily planning and continuous improvement tool may be exactly what you're looking for. If this sounds like something that can help you, I'll leave a messenger link in the show notes below. All you have to do is let me know and I'll shoot it through, no strings attached. Hello and welcome back to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. I'm Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur who transitioned from the uncertainty of not knowing how I was going to make my escape from the corporate world through all the ups and downs to now successfully running my own coaching business. This podcast is my latest way of stepping out of my comfort zone. Over the past 5 years, I've predominantly outsourced all my marketing, but I recently decided that this is going to be the year that I jump in the deep end and figure out marketing myself. So I'm challenging myself to create, post, upload a podcast episode every single day over the next 12 months, not only to document my journey, but I hope to show you what it takes to build a successful business and how my coaching strategies can apply in real life. Along the way, hopefully you'll hear about all the highs and the lows and everything in between. But without any further ado, let's get into today's episode. So month 1 of this journey, my only goal really was nothing more than challenging myself to show up every single day, record, create, post the podcast episode, which I successfully achieved, passed with flying colors. This month, May 2024, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit further. I knew that just simply showing up wasn't going to be enough to achieve the goals that I was looking for this year. I also know that I'm not going to go from complete novice to absolute expert straight away. So I wanted to set myself a challenge that felt appropriate and felt like the right next step. So for this month, I have committed to starting a process where I am proactively starting conversations. I've got a goal of 200 conversations started for the month, which works out to be roughly 10 conversations per day. And I want to develop a habit around showing up and posting on social media on a regular basis. So as a goal, those were the 2 goals that I set, as well as recording and documenting what I've done throughout the month, because I see the data collection piece as being key in developing and uncovering my unique recipe. So here we are. It's the 5th of May today. There were 3 working days last week that I applied these goals and strategies, and I am happy to report that I managed to show up every single day this week and do the things that I committed myself to doing. But it wasn't as easy as what I thought it was going to be. Over the past number of years, I have predominantly been reactive in the conversations that I've started. I wait for emails and notifications to come through, and if I like the look of a particular lead, I hit the purchase button and we'll initiate that conversation. I have never really been able to develop a regular, consistent habit of proactively reaching out and starting conversations and connecting with people. So that in itself was actually something that was quite daunting. I found myself sitting there going, where do I start? What list am I going to start reaching out? How am I going to record the information and the data? So in the end, I had to just make a start. And it was awesome. It was fantastic. One thing I quickly realized was that I did find myself pretty much just reaching out to say hi, to start a conversation. And in that first day or so, I did start a few conversations, which was fantastic. People I hadn't connected with in a while. But I had to go back and remind myself that if this is a marketing activity, I need to be conscious of what the desired result that I would like to have from these conversations is. So I went back and added an extra column in my spreadsheet. And that made a huge difference. Just having in the top of my mind or on the top of my mind what I would like to achieve from this conversation as a goal, knowing that a goal is nothing more than the target that I'm aiming towards, but to have that as a goal had a big influence in the way that I approach these conversations. So towards the end of the week on Thursday, Friday, I was much more purposeful in who I was reaching out to and what I would like to achieve from the conversation. And it worked perfectly. I reconnected with 3 or 4 people who had expressed some interest in coming onto the show as a guest. And it was fantastic. There's 3 or 4 people, all of them came back saying, yep, let's do it. So we are in the process of booking in time slots and the like for them to come onto the podcast. So that was one of the goals that was really important to me, to start bringing in others into the show, and just having that little goal and understanding that that was the reason why I was reaching out made a huge impact. The second goal I had was to show up every single day and be purposeful about making a post onto social media. And again, record all the information that I can so I can use that to my advantage when I start planning subsequent months. And the same question came up. I started making posts, started recording, but that question of why am I making this post? What is it that I would like to get and achieve from this post? Again, is something that's just become a really powerful question to be asking. So again, I've got my spreadsheet, or a separate page of the same spreadsheet actually, but I've got my page where I am recording the information about the posts that I'm creating and posting. And I went back and added a column for the purpose of this post. And again, it has just made all the difference. And it's been really interesting watching some of the results. There's been a couple of posts that I've made that I've thought, oh, it'd be so fantastic if, I get a couple of likes and comments on this post. They haven't done as well at all. And I don't know why. I know that some of the social media platforms do limit and restrict the audience that they show business-related posts to. So following on from the conversation I had yesterday about paid versus organic, there may be opportunities to try a few different things moving forward. But it's also been really interesting, particularly the vertical format reels that I created last week. So 2 of them, I just tried something different and made a little bit of an offer for a value bomb. And I've had about 3 or 4 people reach out and connect and request a copy. And I've started those conversations, which has been exactly what this whole process is about. This is all about finding ways to start these conversations. So that has been huge. So again, we're only still at the very start of May, but those couple of little tweaks that I made to the process, to the spreadsheet, to the way that I'm approaching both the content creation and the outreach, the people that I'm actually reaching out and proactively trying to start conversations with, really has been huge. The last thing that I have noticed is, in my mind, was I creating a challenge that was too easy, too hard? I probably had an idea in my mind that all of this would probably take 45 minutes or so. Do a quick post and then reach out to 10 people. In my mind, it was probably 45 minutes. What I've actually found is, and I don't know if it's just because I'm new to crafting some of these messages, there's been a little bit of back and forth. It's actually been quite a lot more than 10 conversations per day, but it has actually taken me probably about twice as long as what I thought it would originally. So it's probably taking me about an hour and a half each day to do this, which is cool. It's awesome. Creating these podcasts is taking me about an hour or so as well. Then I've got my coaching calls, sales calls. There's a balance that I am going to have to find to be able to do this regularly and consistently, and to have it feel manageable and achievable. And I think that is what I really need to focus on for the remainder of this month, which is huge. Because if I can get this right, if I can start some of these conversations, if I can start to bring people into my business through these methods, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say bringing and attracting people into my world on my terms. And again, following on from the conversation yesterday, thinking about how I can work smarter and not necessarily harder, potentially even start to outsource some of the stuff that I'm doing. Maybe it is a little bit more on the paid advertising side rather than the organic side that takes a little bit more time. But I just keep becoming more and more optimistic and energized about this entire process being the huge success that I hoped, dreamed, and I know that it would be if I put the work into it. So I just wanted to share that update. I hope me providing these updates provides some value and some insights into how it all is working out for me. Like always, if you've got any comments, any feedback, if there's anything that you think I should be paying attention to, please reach out and let me know. The best place to make contact is through the website. It's paulheronlifecoaching.com. You can head over there. There's a few different ways you can reach out and make contact. And again, if my 5-minute planning tool, my continuous improvement tool, if that sounds like something that might help you get on top of your goals and start making meaningful improvements and progress towards your goals on a daily basis, if that sounds interesting, all you have to do is reach out and let me know, and I will send it straight through. There's no catch, no need to provide anything to me. Just let me know and I'll send it through. So I'll leave it there for today. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and until tomorrow, bye for now.